Hey guys, it's your girl Naira Amani, and welcome back to Ambitious Artists Up Next. And today I have a special guest for you guys,
Wiseboy
Wiseboy
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing this morning?
I'm cool. I just got off like a hour and a half drive, but I
Yeah.
feel great.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So we're gonna get straight into it. So first of all, congratulations on your newest album,
Thank
Pumpkin
you.
Seeds. So why did you name the project Pumpkin Seeds? Tell me a little bit about like the backstory and like creative process behind the album.
So the title came to me. I was doing some regular nutritional research like back in 2022,
Okay.
and I'd happened to stumble upon a crazy fact, and it was like pumpkin seeds can facilitate like healing wounds and everything. And that kind of just really stuck with me because I felt like even going into the project, like this is the album that I kind of wanted to tell my story on and kind of like go through that healing process and everything just through my words. So I was like, I think Pumpkin Seeds would be a great title, and it just stuck the entire
Okay.
time.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. But do you say you have a favorite song on this project? And if not, like what is the first song you would recommend to like anyone who hasn't heard the album?
I would say my favorite song right now is Church Doors, either Church Doors or Flow State.
Okay.
When it comes to recommending, I would definitely recommend Church Doors because I feel like that one song kind of just encapsulates the entire idea of the project.
Okay. Okay. So one of my favorite songs from the project is Like Home. That song means a lot to me because that was the first song I seen you perform at Rowan, and like
Word.
you always go crazy with that one. Like I love seeing you perform it.
Thank you.
But at the album release party for Pumpkin Seeds, I believe you like mentioned like you were just messing around on that song, like it wasn't
Yeah.
really supposed to be taken seriously. So tell me like, a little bit about the process and like, the backstory behind that song.
So this is again the summer of 2022. I'm at my homie Mello's crib, and I'm kind of just like going through beats and everything. And Curdy had happened to send me a beat like while I was there.
Shout out to Curdy.
Shout
He
out to
produced
Curdy,
the
Curdy.
album.
And
Chef kiss.
and he was like, "Yo, this is the first time I'm running live instruments through my MPC." So I was like, "Okay, like it's already like a moment." So I kind of gotta, see what I could do over it. And I listened to it, and it was like kind of faster and a little more angelic than like the stuff that I was usually rapping over.
Yeah.
And when I heard it at my homie Mello's crib, I was like, all right, cool, I'll handle this when I get home. I get home, and it's like I really couldn't like, the same process of like healing and everything, like the same topics. I kind of couldn't go over that with
Yeah.
the same stuff. So I was like, the beat is just way too good to pass on and like let another rapper get it. So I'm like, I'm gonna lay something down and then give it to Curdy. And like the version that you guys hear on the album is like completely different. Like I had a hook on it, and the one verse now was split up. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just put them together. And then at first it was just an interlude, and then I'd put the voice clip over it once we decided that we did want to put it on the album. Because funny enough, we went through, this is the first skeleton of the album like 2 years ago. And I was like, yo, the track list looks great. We just kind of need like a track 8. Like that was like and I don't know what track it is now. It might still be around there. But we just needed something to like fill in this gap. And he was just like, yo, like Home, or the Get Rich interlude as it was called originally.
Yeah.
He was like, that would be a great track 8.
Yes.
And I was like, why not? And then we did it. I think I stayed up like all night that night. I was in Virginia. Everybody else went to sleep. And I'm kind of just looking for voice clips. I found the one of my homie Arv, and I put that over it. And originally I just wanted it to like be over the intro, but like what she said, I felt like it was so meaningful. I kind of wanted to just let it ride out for the entire minute. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's how it came to be.
Okay, gotcha. So, just looking back at your past album, Still Children, which I really love, by the way, that
Thank
is
you.
a banger. How would you say like it contributed to Pumpkin Seeds and like how it really set the scene for this new album?
Well, it was no overlapping at all. Like as soon as I finished, well, not as soon as I finished, but I finished Still Children and I released it, and then it wasn't until like a month and a half after I released Still Children that I started working with Curdy. You know what I'm saying? So, and it wasn't long after that we decided that we wanted to make a joint project.
Right.
So I kind of had one thing on my plate at the time. So I kind of had the idea of Still Children already finished, already worked on it, and it was already out to the world and everything. So I didn't really have to stress about that. It was everything was Pumpkin Seeds once we started working on the album.
Okay. So, first of all, congratulations.
Thank
Pumpkin Seeds hit what, 100K
Yeah, it did.
streams on Spotify, bro. How are you feeling about that?
I feel really good. I'm very surprised. I kind of knew what the reception would be. I just didn't know it would be this much of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm very grateful. Very humbled that people love the project, that people
Yeah.
are growing with it. You know what I'm saying? Crying to it, living with it. because that's all I wanted at the end of the day. I just wanted to make music that kind of moved people, that could speak to people, help people, you know what I'm saying, grow and heal through their own problems and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's beautiful. Do you have like a message for like any supporters or anybody like just like finding out about you? Any like, anything you want to say?
just keep an eye out for South Jersey, because like along with
Yeah.
me, there's a lot of other people that are doing crazy things right now. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, you'd have a lot of fun just diving into the creative scene where I'm from.
Yeah, for sure. No, you're definitely representing South Jersey very well.
Thank
So
you. I tried
kudos to
to.
you. So something I really appreciate about your music is you always seem to like acknowledge your roots and like where you came from.
Hmm.
So just tell me a little bit about growing up in South Jersey and like how it even contributed to like the music you make today.
Well, I was actually born in Gloucester County,
Okay.
and I was living in Philadelphia at the time. And I lived there until I was, I want to say, 7. Maybe I might have my time a little messed up, but I think I was living there until I was like 7 years old, and then I started staying with my grandmother in South Jersey, and I would still go back to Philly on the weekends and everything. But like all of my friends, like my entire life was still over in Jersey, you know what I'm saying, because I
Yeah.
still went to school out here and everything. So every time like I'd be in Philly, I would just be thinking about, you know what I'm saying, my friends back home, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
because that felt like home at the time. And I don't know, I feel like where I'm from, especially, I think all the creatives here kind of feel the same way, but we kind of got to look further within ourselves to find what really moves us, because we don't have like a direct reference point, or like
Yeah, I
many
agree.
direct reference points around us, like maybe in New York or LA or Atlanta. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We really have to find what moves us. It's not like we could just walk outside and be exposed to a million different things, whether that
Opportunities,
be
yeah.
creative opportunities, like you said. So we really gotta, you know what I'm saying, find what scratches that itch for us. And then I think it's much more special when we do find it, because it's like we have no choice but to follow by it. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
how I felt, at least, because once I found out that, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to make music and express my feelings through speech and everything, like I didn't really see any other way to do it, you know?
Yeah, of course. And I feel like just to add on to that, I feel like community is so important.
Very.
And I feel like you have like a solid like community and team behind you.
I think so
So
too.
yeah, it all comes together to make something, beautiful. I really do enjoy like your music videos. I love the visuals. I love the whole aesthetic. Just tell me a little bit about like the creative process you go through with maybe coming up with a backstory, or just the process when you're, working with your videographer or director.
Well, I always wanted to be like a visual extension of the song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want it to stray too far off from what I'm talking about in the song, or it just kind of be, you know what I'm saying, me and like homies in front of the camera doing
Yeah.
whatever. I want you to be able to watch the video and still, I want it to give a different meaning to the
Yeah.
song. You know what I'm saying? So like for Do I Not, for example, which Red Brags did.
Shout out to Red Brags.
Shout out to Red Brags. For Do I Not, it was kind of like a battle with self, and I kind of wanted to represent that through different things, whether that be where I was traveling through the video, being between New York and New Jersey, or whether that was through the love interest on the first and second verse, just kind of that duality.
Yeah.
Or if it was Pedal the Ab, where I kind of was speaking about my inner child. So that's a video where I feel like it was necessary for me to just be with my homies, you know what I'm saying, walking around doing what we do. Or like a 635, where I kind of feel like I'm building a whole nother world within my music. So I kind of wanted to exemplify that, even if it's with something very small. I feel like the color on that video really, really made it, because it kind of like, it feels like a cartoon to me. You know what I'm saying? It feels like you click on the video and you just enter a whole different world. So yeah, I kind of always want to just keep some kind of element of what I was talking about or speaking about in the song, and then just like go from there, you know?
Yeah, and that's one thing I do love about like, your videos and even the music, like the interpretation. And I know even for Do I Not, like at your album release party, you even mentioned like yeah, like there's like a love interest in there, but the real message behind Do I Not is like the battle with self and
Right.
being your own biggest critic. So like, do you have any advice for any artists or creators or just anyone in general in their heads about their work, or just even scared to start or show off their craft?
I would say get out of your own way. Like, you are your biggest critic, like you said, but at the same time, you could be your own worst enemy
Yeah.
when it comes to just like putting music out, or just like making the right judgment, making the right call. And that's something that I feel myself battling all the time. Like, a lot of times I feel like it's up to me, like my faith is up to me, the path I take is up to me, which is very true. But that makes me like very concerned about my judgment and making the right call. So when I wrote Do I Not, I kind of was at a place where like everybody was just telling me like, yo, you work really hard, you're like the hardest worker I know, and I didn't feel like that at
Yeah,
all.
you never feel like you're doing enough. Like,
Right.
man, I can always, it's always room for improvement.
Literally.
Right.
And like it's a gift and a curse for sure.
It
But
is.
writing Do I Not definitely like was me trying to heal through that. You know what I'm saying? I had to put it into words and like almost make a mantra
Yeah.
and just kind of remind myself like, yo, am I not doing enough, or am I just like, are my standards too high, or my reference points, am I reaching for the stars? And then like I said, it's a gift and a curse because like I always want to reach for the stars no
Yeah.
matter what. Even if the way I see it is like I'm always going to reach for the stars because I know that I'll never be able to attain them, but I just think about everything that I'll be able to attain along the way. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Well, as somebody who would say I would consider myself a perfectionist. I really appreciate like the advice and the song itself, because
Thank you.
a lot of times as artists, creatives, entrepreneurs, like we're in our heads. Sometimes people are scared to just start. People are scared to be seen because they're worried about maybe negative feedback or, you know, just you in your head. So I really appreciate, you know, the advice.
of course.
So we're gonna, you know, get a little bit into some funny questions. So
Okay.
let's say you have like a theme song anytime like you enter or exit a room, like it's a big dramatic moment, kind of like on a cartoon or something. What would you say that song would be?
Like my song or any song in
Yeah,
general?
it could be your song, any song in general.
I would say I'm Still in Love with You by Al Green. Like just the drums on that song, the way it comes in, like
Fire.
that's how I be feeling when I enter rooms. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Especially if I have like a show or something
Yeah.
and I'm like rolling up with my crew at sound check.
Main character energy,
Literally,
right?
like that's exactly how I feel.
Okay, solid choice. Okay, tell me about maybe like the most craziest or funniest experience you've had along your music journey.
There's been a lot, but the one that comes to mind, we were shooting a Live to See video in Philly, and there was this homeless person who had like tried to lure us to
Oh,
this
gosh.
spot, and it was like it was super sketchy, but like we had already gotten like deep enough into it.
Oh,
where
so you guys went for it.
we almost went for it. Like we in our
Okay.
head knew that we weren't going to do it. We just
Yeah.
had to figure out like our escape route type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up following them for like a block or two, and they kept saying, yeah, it's just up here. It's just this corner over here. And then like we're kind of like on some telekinesis timing, just like, all right. And my boy Mac had the gimbal and everything, and he's like taking everything apart as we're like buying the story that they're giving us and everything. And then like once he gives us the signal that everything is good, like the camera equipment and everything, we just
Y'all out.
dip the other way.
We're gone.
And then the homeless person was just screaming like, yo, the
Yo,
devil
where
is
y'all go?
alive.
Right.
Like,
So dramatic.
yeah, it
man.
was mad funny. But we had got far enough following them to where like they had no idea where we went. Like once we turned the corner, like we was out. So yeah.
That's terrible. All right, so to wrap it up, do you have anything you're working on that you want to share? Anything, you know, in the works for you right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to drop a couple albums next year.
Oh, okay.
Maybe two.
Wiseboy Journey drops all 2025.
All
Be on the
2025.
lookout, y'all.
Yeah, a couple drops. I got some merch coming at the end of this month as well.
Oh, that's no. I'm gonna need to see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna show
need
you
to
off camera
see
and
that.
everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
But
to see that.
yeah, I got merch coming, CDs, vinyl,
Fire.
t-shirts and everything.
Okay.
My website is about to be up as well. I think that'll be a really cool experience. Just the interface in general, we really tried to make something that people could kind of, you know, have fun with, have that like itch and nostalgia be scratched and
Yeah.
everything. So I think it'll be really cool. And just more music videos, a lot more visuals from Pumpkin Seeds, and just like a couple loosies. I might drop another song that's not on the project.
Okay.
End of the year, we're still trying to figure that out. But yeah, if that comes, then I guess you guys will see that when it comes out.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to new music. I'm looking forward to the merch and the videos. And
Thank you.
thank you so much for joining me on this
Thank
second
you.
episode. And I'll see you guys next time.
Peace.